Five, four, three, two, one. Yeah, we ready right now. It's about time. I know it's about time. It's about time.
What is up, everybody? This is the Command Time Podcast presented by the Fan Sports Network, live on YouTube on a Saturday night. It's your boy DT. We got Caleb in the building. Hey, we ready for another good matchup for this Washington Commanders team. And after a stellar, I should say, performance in the desert, as your Washington Commanders come back home after a 42-14 win over the Arizona Cardinals. So we're going to touch on the Week 4 victory real quick. Then we go into this matchup coming up for Week 5. But before we even get started with that stuff, man, just so far the atmosphere and the nation's capital and the DMV in total has been mesmerized by this rookie. Is obviously we talked about it in the offseason about how the impact of Jaden Daniels is very similar to 2012, I would say, with RG3, but definitely there are some differences. So, Caleb, what do you think so far about this surprising 3-1 start?
Well, they're winning on two facets. Two facets of the game, and that's offense and special teams. So, defense, they still gotta play better, of course. We see more good than bad from the defense, but we've been winning offensively, despite who we've played against. Special teams have been doing their thing. Defensively, the first 3 weeks was a little rough. And then they faced the Cardinals team, who was top 10 offensively, and they held them to 14 points. And also, let me get this out the way, too. I don't understand why people have been kind of nitpicking us a little bit. Oh, the Commanders are 3-1. Oh, we haven't played a team with a winning record. For one, I can't help who I play against. Two,
Weren't we the second worst team last year?
Yes, but don't good teams beat who they're supposed to beat? So
Yeah.
I'm confused.
And not only that, when you're the second worst team, you're also the worst team in your division. So obviously, you're going to have what, a fourth place schedule. So
Not only that, but they played the Bengals. The Bengals start off slow. They're 1-8 the past few years in the first month of the season. They're 1-8. They lose more than they win. So y'all should have expected that.
yeah,
The Bucks is who the Bucks are. The Bucks are a good team. Giants,
no
they're a division rival. They have a competitive defense. Offensively, mid at best. They can't score. But defensively, they're pretty competent. Also, the Cardinals. This is the same team that went toe-to-toe with the Bills week 1. This is also the same team that held the Lions to under 20 points. And the Lions just went to the NFC Championship and played against the Niners, who's one of, a top 3, top 2, if not the best team, best overall roster in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean,
but they held the Cardinals to 20 points, and they put up 28 on the Bills. So the goalposts always move when it comes to the Commanders. Granted, I want to see us play against better defenses to see how this turns out, to see where we stack up against. But come on, man, 3-1. Come on, man. It's getting ridiculous. So whenever people want to talk about that shit online, I got something in response to that. But again, somebody's always gonna find something else to combat that with. But Like I said, Jaden's playing well. The defense, they had a good day against the Cardinals. Really surprised they held them under 14 points. I thought it was going to be a high scoring game. The whole league did. But we put up 42 and we held them to 14. Pretty impressive from this defense. They contained Kyler Murray. He didn't do too much. The Russian defense got to get better. Um, Jaden, again, he was good. Um, hmm. Might need a mic? Damn, I sound bad. Shoot. Do I sound bad?
Nah, I can hear you. It might be because
Okay.
of probably other
Yeah,
phone calls.
I'm just saying, man. Like Jaden's playing well. The receivers are showing up. Offensive line is playing stout. Shout out to Slim. Offensive line is playing stout. Tight ends being competent. People complain about Ben Sinnott, but hey, he's killing one part of the.
It's him in the offense. I'm not about him receiving wise.
But he's gonna get his.
Yeah,
People just want to see it now. Um, you got to ease him into the offense. He's playing. He's doing one part really well, and that's blocking. That's the first step. That's how you stay on the roster. That's
yeah.
how you stay on the field. You can block your ass off. He's been blocking his ass off. And they're going to implement him in the game. Just got to be patient. B. Rob Eckler, one of the best running back duos in the league. I don't think they got to be talked about as a duo. Um, Everybody's playing solid. Offensively, they're playing real good. Cliff is doing a lot of no huddle, and we're top 5 in time of possession. That comes with running the ball, and that comes with managing the clock really well from both Cliff, Dan Quinn, and Jaden. Their the chemistry right now is really good between them two. Now, granted, they're going to hit a wall at some point in the season. They're going to hit an obstacle. So I really want to see how they go above that because they won't be perfect every game. We're not going to put a 42 every game. We're not going to put a 38 every single game. But it's all about scoring when we need to, and also just the defenses we face. Like I said, I can't help who I play in front of me. So you can't hold me to that standard. Blame the NFL for doing that, not me. Um. So yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I mean, yeah. So I mean, you're saying a lot of good points, right? I think for me, looking at first of all, I did not expect them to be 3-1. I thought at best maybe 2-2 around this stretch based on the teams playing. But a lot of things have shown me, obviously, and I'm starting to sense jealousy from a lot of people that I talk to on a daily outside of Twitter. I'm starting to sense it from my students, starting to sense it from my coworkers. Now it's like that feeling of like people that are Cowboy fans and everybody talks about the Cowboys and there's everybody that hates the Cowboys. It's just majority that hate them because of the lofty expectations.
Mm-hmm.
I understand like this is our first year in the G, but I'm starting to get that sense of like everybody wants Washington to fail.
Oh, of
Everybody
course.
wants Washington to still be the same team of old. But hey man, I know it's the first couple games, but those days of having that incompetent ownership and stuff like that stuff is gone, man. We got football people in the building, and we finally have a competent coaching staff that's trying to build the right way. And once again, I did not expect us to be 3-1 at this point, especially the Monday night game against the Bengals, a desperate Bengals team. But when you're looking at all this stuff that's going on, the opportunity is there. Like, is there for us to, if you look at our schedule and compare with the other teams, like Philadelphia. Philadelphia, to me, they're still kind of struggling the same way like they did last year, although they do have some injuries at certain spots, specifically at wide receiver. And with Dallas, we saw them not make improvements in the offseason. No. really starting caliber running back. Defense still subpar against the run and kind of regrets after losing Dan Quinn. So it has made this team surprisingly uh, have a great opportunity with the next couple of games being at home. After the first month of the season, we were on the road. So the next thing I want to ask you, Caleb, if you wanted to base this off the schedule, do you think there's a possibility that this team could be creeping higher of the expectations that you have for them?
Yes. Yes. Um, play the Browns. Right, we're gonna talk about that later. Um, what's good, man? They play the Ravens. Probably most likely an L. So it's that's a tough game. I mean, Panthers, that's a win to me. Bears, that's very winnable. Giants, winnable. Steelers, tough game. Tough game. Eagles, we're competitive with the Eagles every single year, no matter how bad we are at some points. We always competitive with them. Cowboys, winnable game. Titans, winnable game. Saints, winnable game. Eagles, winnable game. Falcons, they got a tough defense. That's that secondary, that safety duo is pretty crazy. Um, so that's the game. That's vital. And then you got the Cowboys again. Like they can get at max, they can get one, two, three, four, five, 6 wins. They can get 9 wins out of the rest of the season. The rest of the season they can get 9 more wins. They can get 6 more wins, maybe 7, depending on how things fall. If you sweep the Giants, if you sweep the Eagles, you sweep the Cowboys, like those divisional games in the back half of the season is going to be very, 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 very crucial. Excuse me. So, to be honest, if they keep playing like this, they can win 9 games. They can win 9. They can win 10. Um, Shout out to Nex. You know him, DT. He DM'd me. He said the RG3 rookie season is upon y'all. That's how he thinks. He thinks Jaden's going to have an RG3 rookie season. Granted, he doesn't think the same situation that happened with RG3 is going to happen. No, no. I truly believe, knock on wood, Jaden not going to get hurt this year. No, I ain't not going to get hurt this year. And the coaching staff is competent. Everybody's on one accord getting that guy, getting their guy.
And
Everybody's on accord.
I think like this is to me it's so triggering when I hear RG3. And I'm like, no disrespect to RG3. Like he brought in a magical 1 year season in the nation's capital. We won 10 games and we went to the playoffs. And we were literally probably a second half away from winning our first playoff game since 2005. If he doesn't re-aggravate the injury and then he actually tears the ACL. But I think the biggest thing that people are not realizing when they try to compare Robert to RG3 is RG3 RG3 had arm talent, but Data is by far a way better passer in this stage of his
Easily.
career than RG3. And I think that was the reason why there was dismay about between him and Kirk Cousins when both of them were in Washington. Like Jaden is processing the entire field, and multiple analysts such as Baldinger, Kurt Warner, just to name a few guys, they have gone through the film and seeing that Jaden is going literally 1, 2, 3 to 4, and probably the last progression will be his legs if necessary. Now, the only thing we want him to do is just, slide. But I think he's done a fairly good job of taking care of himself. I think the past couple times he hasn't really ran as much as he did the first week. The first game was 16 carries, 88 yards. Since then, it's been about an average of 8 to 10 carries per game.
Yeah, he's the more the thing what I see from Jaden is the more reps he gets, it's like the better he gets, or the more he adjusts. Then you add the virtual reality stuff that he likes to do that he did at LSU. He brought it over here. Whatever team likes to run a certain coverage concepts, they implement plays that beats that, and those are his mental reps. Granted,
Yeah.
it's different seeing it live on the field, but it's mental reps with him. So he's been adjusting to the speed of the NFL now. Things will get tougher. Things will get more grittier these next 2 weeks, in my opinion. So it's going to really see how disciplined he is and um, how tough he is just mentally. So, but I have no doubt in that. I believe he's tough mentally. He doesn't let nothing get too hype in his head. He's always even killed. He's always relaxed. He'll talk shit when he need to, but I think the best comes out of him when he's playing somebody, just a competitive team or when the lights are bright. So,
Oh man, I agree. I think the poise is just there. It's instantly that's the first thing you see with Jada Daniels. But let's go ahead and touch in on this brand new matchup. So we're headed to week 5, and let's preview about the Cleveland Browns a little bit. So enter the Cleveland. The last time we played Cleveland, it was a crucial game in 2022, and Ron Rivera decided to start Carson Wentz again after we lost the 49ers, and that legit cost us uh, a spot in the playoffs. So we circle back now as a brand new team, Dan Quinn. At
mhm.
team's coming off a probably arguably, well, clearly their best defensive performance of the year. So the first question I ask you is: do you think this defense can find a way to replicate some type of success like we saw last week?
um, there's a way. Not will they do it? I don't know, but there's a way. I mean, they struggle against the run. James, even though the Cardinals didn't run the ball a lot, James Conner averaged over 5 yards a carry, which is ridiculous. That's crazy and that's unacceptable. Um, but you saw certain points in the defense where Joe Witt made some adjustments. He said,
Nasty.
yeah, uh, he's seen adjustments. He made it more simple for the players. Nothing too difficult, nothing too crazy. Just made it really easy for them to understand. He also moved Frankie Louvu around and he put him in positions for him to succeed. Um, they got to stop the run. Nick Chubb's not playing, so that's a really, really, really sigh of relief. I
That's a
don't
big.
think I don't think David Njoku's playing either. They
Mm-hmm.
they elevated another tight end and activated him. I don't think he's playing. Um,
Okay, so that's one target probably down.
so Amari Cooper, Jerry Judy, you play solid coverage on them, then you'll be okay. Now they can get open,
Yeah.
but Jerry Judy got better with the drops. But I mean, every now and then he has mental errors, and you know he drops some passes. You got to get pressure on Watson. George Armstrong, he played really well against the Cardinals. And the Browns O line, they're banged up a little bit. I don't know if Jedrick Wills is playing. But again, this is my third week saying this. John Allen and Deron Payne have to show up. They have to. Put pressure, get pressure up the middle. Deshaun Watson has a habit of holding the ball too long. So we gotta get pressure up the middle. there's ways defensively they can slow down the Browns. I mean, the Browns have faced bad defenses and they still couldn't put up 20 points. That's how bad they've been offensively, or just inconsistent, whatever you want to say. Um, so those are some steps. I mean, they faced the Jags, they faced the Cowboys. They couldn't put up 20 points. They averaged 16 points a game. So I want to see this defense stack up two back-to-back performances. Now, granted, um, if we beat the Browns, they're going to find a way how to discredit us again. So that's another thing you're gonna have to hear. And another thing too, I think this is a game where a lot of people are betting on us to win. There's a lot of people betting on us to win. So usually in the past, we tend to.
My fault, nephew duties.
I got you. Yeah, everybody's betting on us to win, and some of these games are the type of games where we fold when people expect us to win. I think that's another sign of really how this team is. When the world picks us winning, are we going to come through?
Yeah,
People say, "Oh, that's the old Commanders, old Redskins, whatever." So,
yeah. I mean, I definitely understand the concerns. I mean, history has shown us in the past 10 to 15 years stuff like this happens around this time. However, I think there's a I think the difference to me is just the leadership I see so far from guys like Bobby Wagner, Austin Eckler, um, and even like Jada Daniels. Like the new people are truly having an impact on this roster. Like you see the leadership, you see how they're keeping them motivated. Even Frankie Louvu, you see some leadership skills from him. Um, but I do agree. Like I think the biggest thing is like I know the defense for the Browns. It'll be the best defense they have faced so far, probably since the Buccaneers game. I do think they'll be find some ways to move the ball and score some. But I think the biggest thing to me is just trying to see the development of this defense. Um, Cleveland has been giving up a large amount of pressure the past couple of weeks. I went back and watched the Raiders game, and they didn't even have Crosby, and they were all over the field. I mean, all over the offensive line for the Browns. Um, but we know with Deshaun Watson, his escapability. Now let's see how they go for an encore again. Because last week, Kyler Murray only had 3 yards rushing, and that was literally on the first drive. And after that, he really couldn't move like he wanted to. So I don't know what that based on what the defense was showing him, or it was just Kyler just felt like he could just throw the ball constantly against us. But I think that would be the biggest matchup: the pass rush against that weakened offensive line and Deshaun Watson's mobility outside the pocket.
yeah, yeah, I think they got to get pressure. You can't let him sit back there and carve you up. Like you just can't. And offensively, just got to run the ball. Simple as that. B Rob's coming back. He was on the injury report, didn't practice. He's good. I already knew. I had no concern really. He was going to play. Getting Eckler back really helps.
Yeah, I I,
Um,
think, I think that helps a lot than what people don't
oh, it
expect.
does.
He's a chess piece. Like you can move him all over the field.
Oh, it helps because the Browns will blitz. So you need that back to pick up that blitzer.
Yeah,
Um, excuse me. The screen game. You got just him as an overall player on that field. It helps Jaden. Um, yeah, tackle. Yeah, for sure. Um, I don't think B Rob will have a lot of carries tomorrow. but he's gonna. I think McNichols is gonna see some time too.
Hmm.
But B Rob, like B Rob's been having a good year so far. He ranks second among running backs in yards after contact per carry, and you know the Browns rank 29th in yards after contact allowed per rush.
Yeah.
They have tough tackling. And I don't think B Rob is significantly hurt. They said it's a knee. He probably hit it or something. That boy tough as nails. He gonna play. We saw that man play after he got shot the same season. Like no, like he's ain't nothing holding him back. He's playing, and they're gonna give him some carries. So they're gonna stack the box. I can see them trying to do what the Bengals did: stack the box, stop the run, force Jaden to throw against man coverage. Now, Jaden is so far he's been accurate against man coverage this year. He's been accurate. Noah Brown's not playing. That doesn't really bother me that much.
Mm.
Um, it doesn't bother me that much. I want him to play, but it doesn't bother me that much. You got a lot for what they want, but this is a game where I Luke needs to show up, and his number's gonna be called upon. And he, based on PFF, he creates separation. He creates separation. The numbers prove it themselves. He just don't get a lot of targets, so because Jaden likes to spread the ball around. But it's gonna be a game where somebody other than Terry gonna have to step up, unless you move Terry in the slot and you put Luke outside, or you expect Diami to step up.
I mean, I like OZ's too. I think OZ's had a solid outing last week.
Yeah, he did. He did. He did. I'm trying to push this Luke McCaffrey agenda, man. Like,
Well,
you
yeah,
know,
no, I understand, but I'm also just thinking about when you said man coverage. So typically, obviously, a lot of people, as much as they talk about the defense, I also went. They played against Lamar twice a year,
yeah.
and Lamar has when he has played, he has had a couple of L's, but he's typically been a thorn in their side. So I feel like for them, they're going to try to treat him as if they're playing Lamar. But I think the funniest thing is like, I think people are going to be like, yo, like you bugging and stuff. But like, bro, like I'm being like dead serious, bro. Like Jada as a passer, I think it's more deadlier at this point than what Lamar was. Like
Yes, he is.
it's not extreme not against Lamar because Lamar literally won MVP. He had his first MVP year. He threw 36 touchdowns. So I'm not saying he cannot throw the rock, but what I'm saying is at this point, a rookie Lamar Jackson was not at this level the way Jada Daniels was as a passer.
He's not. Lamar has a passer rating of 96.7 with 1,800 passing yards against the Browns, 14 touchdowns, 8 picks. Um, but like we said, Jaden don't turn the ball over. Jaden would rather take a sack than throw a pick. And the sacks he does take, they're not for a lot of yards. He'll try to get out of there first. We're going to be doing max protection. We're going to be doing no huddle. So I expect Cliff to keep that Browns defense on their heels because they're going to get tired. We're
Yeah.
going to, like, we run no huddle with 13 personnel, 12 personnel, 11 personnel. Like, we've seen them. There's clips of us running no huddle, 13 personnel, and then we just put people in different spots. Literally. Cliff just keep it going. And Jaden has the mindset, he has the IQ to keep the offense moving. Like he always gets positive yards. So we're gonna punt the ball a few times. I don't think we're gonna blow the Browns out. Um, we can discuss this. We might as well discuss this right now. You think this is a trap game?
Um,
Given the
I
fact that we're 3-1,
think
everybody's picking us
for
to
me,
win.
I think to me is a trap game in terms of the fans blowing expectations so far.
Hmm.
I don't think it's a trap game for Washington per se. And the reason I say that is because, like you said earlier, typically when we have moments like this, our optimism is extremely high. But then once we lose the games that we're supposed to win, it starts to have us spiraling out. I think that's because we haven't had so much success in years. We haven't seen a quarterback play like this in a mighty long time. We haven't scored the amount of points we've seen in 2 weeks. We haven't been getting the national praise that we have been getting. Like we got people up here debated back and forth about him, Jaden Daniels being MVP. Like that is hilarious to me. So I think it's a trap game in terms of our expectations. Like I know that Cleveland is a talented team. I think the problems with them has been injuries and the way Deshaun Watson has been playing at that quarterback position. But they're a talented team. They were just in the playoffs last year with Joe Flacco. Like, let's not disregard that. This is a playoff caliber team coming into the nation's capital. They just haven't lived up to their expectations as well.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I say it's a trap game, 3-1. This team isn't underestimating them the way Dan Quinn is. He keeps them focused. He keeps them committed, disciplined. I don't gotta worry about Jaden. He's not like we said. He doesn't get. He his head doesn't blow up. Like they asked him, people think you're a star QB. He said, "I'm not a star. I'm a rookie." He understands the assignment. He
Yeah,
understands he got more to learn. He ain't really tripping on what he doing right now. He's focused week in and week out. So the Browns are a talented team. They got good defense. They got like their defense isn't trash to me. It's just the fact that they've been on the field a lot because their offense can't convert. So to me, our defense has to play well for us to win this game. And then you add the fact that we're going to do no huddle and all that. You're at a certain point, the Browns are just going to say, "F it," it's too much now. Like we're not gonna leave Miles Garrett 1-on-one with Brandon Coleman or Cornelius Lucas. We're gonna chip every time. Like we're gonna chip. I don't fear their interior pass rushers at all. There's nobody there that I fear as a pass rusher. They have Dalvin Tomlinson. Oh, he don't fear me. I think as a run defender, he's pretty good. But as a pass rusher, I ain't moved. Um, Now JOK, he gonna be spying on Jaden. I think Jaden is just as dynamic as an athlete as JOK. I mean, Brown fans told me, "Oh, JOK gonna be spying." I'm like, okay, I respect JOK for sure. Um, Jaden had Isaiah Simmons and Bobby Okereke, spying him. There now, Isaiah Simmons is a quality athlete, but I think JOK is a better player, and I think Bobby Okereke is an underrated linebacker, and they had troubles getting him down. So, but even Levante David, when we played against the Bucks week 1, if you heard Austin Eckler him mic'd up, Levante David said, "Damn, that nigga fast." He said that he fast. So, all right, Browns play a lot of cover one, a lot of cover three. Play cover one if you want to. Play cover one man if you want to. He gonna mess y'all up if you see a lane. And I think Jaden is his anticipation, his accuracy is really good right now that he can get some tight window throws in there. He just got to let it rip and have to be confident in it. Or they can play cover three. They play cover three a lot too. So I think it's all about creating a clean pocket for him, bootlegs, all that type of thing. All that type of stuff. You want to drop a lot of people back in coverage? Okay. You gonna give him all the time in the world. Go ahead, chip Miles Garrett, chip him, give him a little extra time. Um, if Brandon Coleman has a decent day against Miles Garrett, ooh, it's gonna be really good. But hey, man, like that's what they got to do. That's what they got to do. It's a simple game plan, but it's easier said than done. So they're gonna have to come through with it. And you win this game, you go 4-1, and you expand the lead on that division, or you try to. You're in a good place. You're in a good place in the first quarter of the season. But also, excuse me, now you start. It's how you finish. So they're starting off hot. They got to end strong.
I agree. I definitely agree. Um, yeah, like I think as well. This Cleveland team, I'm not sleeping on them because it's any given Sunday. Like I remember literally the first week, everybody talked how trash we were and all that stuff. But since then, the same people that said that, I haven't seen them on my timeline lately. So,
Mm.
um, I think this is definitely going to be a test based on, to me, I feel like offense is going to do enough tomorrow, regardless of the Cleveland defense. Cleveland defense is going to win some, but I feel like our offense is going to win some as well. I think what matters to me is, like we've been seeing, converting on the money downs, keeping the game short, running the football, putting as much points as we can. But I think the biggest thing that I'm really just looking at is getting pressure on Deshaun Watson and getting sacks and making long distance for him. Because when you watch him on film and stuff, um, I don't get it, man. He's not the same Deshaun Watson that I have seen when he was in Houston. Like he looks very erratic at times, and probably maybe Sunday was his best outing. I don't know. That's not something to be really hype about because the amount of money you paid him. But um, hopefully, we do some things on defense that can improve on the week we had. So that's how I feel about this game.
Yeah. It puts him in a good like we gonna see, man. This is gonna be a good test for Jaden, good test for the team. They at home, so it's gonna be rocking. That helps.
Wearing the gold pants tomorrow.
Ooh, ooh.
Tough.
Kind of wanted them to wear them against the Ravens. I don't know what they're gonna wear against the Ravens. If I'm playing Ravens, I'm wearing all burgundy. I ain't gonna lie.
I think they already said we were wearing white against the Ravens. Just don't know what pants. Might be
Uh,
all white.
I hate white.
I don't know, man. The Commander jerseys be tough, bro. Only thing is just put a stripe on. Just put a stripe on the pants. That's the only thing they need to do.
I only like the black ones. Now the gold ones is cool. I like the burgundy and gold pants. The burgundy and gold pants. They nice. It adds the old element to the team that we used to have, but I do wish they could change the uniforms.
So I got a good question for you. Do you think the burgundy on gold pants should be the by far the home jerseys? Should that be the permanent home jersey instead of the burgundy on white?
Yes.
Okay, we all agree. I agree. I agree. I think that should be the. I think that should be the. What's the word I'm trying to say? Default. That should be the default home jerseys, yo. Like first time I see the rolled out, I just like the aura was just auraing, man. But
Yeah.
let's go ahead, man. Let's go ahead and try to finish this show up, man. Like ready to do a score prediction?
Nope. I'm not
Why
doing
not?
it. I'm not
Why
doing
not?
it.
Oh, was it because last week you said we are going to lose to the Cardinals, and then you
No, I
texted?
didn't say. I didn't say we're gonna lose to the Cardinals.
You did not say we're going to lose to the Cardinals.
I said we're gonna lose to the Bengals.
You said we're going to lose to the Cardinals, bro.
Did
I'll
I?
I will pull the podcast up, bro. I
Oh,
promise.
then we gonna lose to the Browns. You see what I did there?
I
Yeah, we
know.
gonna. So nah, I'm gonna keep it real. Like they can win this game. The all mustard yellow.
Do they still do color rush jerseys?
No, they stopped doing that.
Ooh, 28-10.
Yo, DT, what's crazy is that I truly believe they're going to win tomorrow, but something I'm not doing no score prediction, dog.
Well, I'm
You
gonna do
go
it.
first. You go first.
All
You
right.
go. I'll give
I
one. I'll give one, but go ahead.
I got I got the good guys winning 27-17.
I got CDT. I got this trend going on right now, and I'm gonna keep up with it. Because every time I do this, I'm not gonna tell people my secret. I'm not. I told Radar. Radar, no. I don't know if he's still in the chat, but I told him what I do.
I'm in the chat. I read what you
No,
said.
no, 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 no. I DM'd him and told him. I DM'd him and told him the method to my madness, and it's been working so far. I just won't expose it. 24-21. I think it's gonna be a close game. 24-21 Browns. I'm gonna keep up with my trend. There's a method to my madness, D.
You always think it's a lose, so it's not a valid method.
It
That's what
is. DT, you know what's crazy? Every time I pick us to lose, we win.
So week one.
No.
Okay.
Week two. I didn't give us.
I mean,
Week
like,
two,
okay, let's exclude week 2 because all of us picked us to win.
I didn't give a score prediction.
I didn't like the way we won because we were moving the ball on them.
Well, the way we won is very um, bro. The mistakes we made were correctable, and they corrected them.
Yeah, we did. Okay, so let's go to
I
this
got,
week.
I got. You know what? They could damn sure win this game for real, for real. But the more I think about it, the more I feel like we are. It don't count. It don't count. Um, they can win this game for sure. I just think it's going to be a tough game. I think it's going to be a tough game. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. This is
Well,
gonna be one possession
that's
game.
tough. So that way, when the people that's talking trash about us, when we win in a close manner or come out on top, they're gonna be hurt, man. Real talk.
And look, a win is a win. I mean, I do look at it how you win and how you lose. I think that matters to some extent. Because back to that three. Because back to that. Oh, are they? True, I got a point. Are they the worst? True. Nah.
I mean,
I
let's be real, bro. Let's be real, Caleb. This team, this Browns team, lost to the Giants. They lost to Daniel Jones, and Daniel Jones was carving them up. They lost to Daniel Jones, bro. Like,
got a point. I
they
forgot.
haven't,
I
they
can't.
haven't scored 20 points yet. I'm not, it might be a get right game for the offense. They might score 20 points, but I believe in my offense right now. And I feel like we can get some stops.
Yeah, you're right.
I feel like we can get some sacks.
Yeah, Trell got a point. Bro, Daniel Jones threw for 236 passing yards.
That was his best game of the year. That was Daniel
I
up to
didn't
you.
even think about that. I didn't even think about what Daniel Jones. Yeah.
Like, bro, Jada's better than Daniel.
Yeah. You're right.
And they can run and teams can run the ball on the Browns. So you telling me that a team that, yes, they have some defensive playmakers, but through the first couple of games, if I'm not mistaken, they're not even, what are they, top 13 or maybe top 10 defense? Probably a 10, somewhere 10 to 13. Oh,
So
they
you don't
full.
think you don't think the rankings are misleading to. I mean, this is pretty crazy. I'm looking at the box score.
Because like I
Who
told
make
people
this
this. I
two
told people
touchdowns, 6.9 yards per attempt. Malik Neighbors has 78 passing, receiving yards, two tutties. Wanda Robinson has 61 and six. Mm, yeah, but we just got to get pressure. We
that's
just
what I'm
got to
saying.
get pressure. Bro, the Giants had 8 sacks. So
And
that's why.
obviously we could say that, okay, their edge rushers way better. They have Dexter Lawrence, but they were going after Deshaun Watson, and I seen the Raiders game. The Raiders were going after him without Mason Crosby. So
Max
why?
Crosby.
Yeah, Max Crosby. Why I said Mason? That's nasty. Max Crosby. But so why is it that, like, I understand, like, pessimistic side, like, oh, because we think we can do it, and then all of a sudden we don't do it. But it's like we can at least get four sacks again, like last week.
Yeah.
I think, to me, the people that we paid the most money to, they just need to show up. I'm talking about Jerome Payne and Jonathan Allen. They need to have an impact.
Yeah. Um. Can't really rebuttal that. Like you said, good teams. Because I know Charles said in the space. He said if we lose to the Browns, then this ain't the team that we think we are. But he said, nah, like right now we're a good team, and good teams beat who they're supposed to beat, regardless. We beat we beat the Cardinals, beat the Bengals, who I think can still make the playoffs. By the way, they're not out of the playoff hunt. They're not out of winning that division either. Like they can get to the playoffs. They can get to the playoffs. Excuse me. They for sure have a chance to win this game, man. It's just the fact that they gotta execute, and they're gonna be at home. The stadium gonna be rocking. Now, granted, another thing too to look back throughout the first quarter of the season, old Commander teams um, against the Cardinals, against against the Giants, and even against the Browns, we would struggle with teams where they're bad and we look. If our record was like positive and we struggle with a bad team, that just showed you that yeah, we're not where we are. But the teams, most of the teams, we've dominated. At least on, like I said, two facets of the game, offense and special teams. So that's what we've been dominating in. And we put together a whole complete dominant game against the Cardinals. So
We just need the defense to be average.
I don't even need them to be elite. I don't need you to be elite. I don't need you to be top 10. I don't need you to be top 5. I don't need you to be top 13. if you're ranked, you can't be ranked 32nd. If you can be ranked 23rd, 20,
We're 24 right
21,
now.
they're 24 right now.
Yes, and the team that has a better defense than us is the Dallas Cowboys. 23.
When we won the division in 2012, our defense was ranked 24th or 23rd. The thing is, we got a lot of turnovers.
Got a lot of turnovers and got pressure.
We had a lot of turnovers. We was top 10 or top 7 in turnovers that year. I went back and looked at the numbers. You had a lot of turnovers that year. That's what they got to do. This could be a game where our defense gets their first interception. So they got to stop these games, man. And you win this game, you go into the Ravens. I know some fans say we win this game against the Browns. People are going to be talking a lot of shit. A lot of shit. Shit, I may too. Yeah. Not a point. Yeah, DT. So, game's at 1. I'm going to be at work, so I can't really see it, unfortunately. I'm going to get my good sis Arabia to update me throughout the game and text me. That's what she did against the Cardinals. I just got to check it on my ESPN app every now and then. If we can get up to a double-digit lead on the Browns, I think it's over, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to say this, and it's not even cocky. I feel like if they have success and put up more than 20 points and we hold them to like maybe 3 to 10 points and they have to play catch up, I feel like we automatically won.
Oh, of course. You're going to make them one-dimensional.
Because I'm not really scared of them from a passing standpoint. I feel like they're a team that has to get the ball and manage for downs and distance and put the ball in playmakers' hands.
Dallas Cowboys put Brandon Cooks on IR. He's going to be out the next 4 games.
Have you seen their next 4 games? Steelers, Detroit, 49ers. Oh, my God.
They got Diggs back, so. God, my boy Daniel Jaden is ranked first against man coverage and efficiency. The Browns are ranked 5th in man coverage rate.
It's going to be a fun game tomorrow. But any last words, Caleb, man, before we get ready for this game tomorrow?
Nah, man, just everybody stay healthy. No major injuries to either team. Manifesting that. Let's have a good game. Regardless of the outcome, I just want Jaden to look good. That's all I want. That's all I want. I just want him to be competent, be smart, play smart. That's all I want from him.
All right. So with that being said, I've been agreeing with you. Smart, clean football. Everybody stay healthy, and man, let's shoot for 4-1, man. But that's all we have for tonight on the podcast. This is Command Time Podcast presented by Fan Sports Network, live on YouTube. It's your boy DT and Kayla tonight, and we'll see you guys next week as we get ready for the very next opponent. Have a great night.
Got me feeling so free.